So today I'm excited to play with the Maschine Plus with its latest firmware, which is, here we go, system version 1.4.5.2. I recently updated it, and I'm going to be using one of my favorite DAW-less combinations, which is the Maschine Plus and the Komplete S61. Thank you again to McBenjamins for sending this over. This is an awesome keyboard to use with Maschine, as well as complete control with your DAW of choice. And it is really cool for a full DAW-less keyboard and Groovebox combo, which I really enjoy. So today I'm just going to make something from scratch and just enjoy and show you the process. One of the things that's cool about this is you can have the browser going on here, you can have the mixer up here, you can be looking at your pad modes, group modes, all that stuff. You have dual control here, which is really sick. So let's find a synth sound, and I think I want to start with a massive sound. Let's find a synth pad. Actually, let's find a soundscape. Nah. Synth pad will be good. And I like to hold shift and scroll really fast, because it starts you alphabetically. I've talked about this before, but one of my favorite things about the Maschine Plus is just how good Massive, FM8, Monarch, the Polysynth, and some of the other synths on here, just they sound out of the box. Actually, you know what? Maybe let's do Prism. Yeah, that sounds cool. One thing I'm curious about is how much CPU is Prism going to use. Yeah, it can be really intense, so we're already at 33 CPU. This is pretty high for one of the Maschine plugins. So something you can do, you can go into chords modes here, right? But you can also do the same thing on the keyboard itself, which is kind of awesome. So if I were to edit scale, I could go to chord set. And now I have the same chord options here that I would have up here. Tapping in the tempo there, turning on metronome, and let's record that. So like I said, we're already at 40%-ish CPU, which is pretty high. And so one thing that we could do is actually resample this into an audio track. And this would let us essentially, just record the audio. You lose some capabilities, right? So you'll lose tweaking the presets and all that. But it's a good way to kind of use the powerful synths that are on board and then capture that audio similar to an old school sampler and then really reduce kind of the overall CPU that we're using. So let's go internal, master, and one trick is for really reverb heavy loops, you want to loop it twice or record it twice, and then I'll show you, but you cut it in the middle so that you have the tail of the first loop playing in your loop. And I'll show you what that's like. But I did make an error here, and that's worth noting. Let's undo what we did, and we need to change the sync to either 8 bars or free. We'll do free. But 16 would do the same thing that I'm talking about. So we'll just do 16 actually. There we go. Okay, so now we have this sample here. We can edit it, and what I want to do is have the start be... Let's mute the original and go back to sampling. Feels a little late. A little early. Still early. This might be it. Perfect. All right. So we're going to truncate it. Should work. Yep. Okay, good. And then what we're going to do is turn this from a sampler into an audio, and it'll just loop it. Oh, but we do have to change our pattern length to 8 bars. There we go. And now we can erase that first group. Yeah, I really thought it was just hold erase in the thing, but is it that? Oh yeah, it's shift erase. My bad. Let's listen to a whole loop and see if there's any like weird artifacting. Nah, it works, and because it has a little bit of a glitchiness in the sound itself, I think even if there's a little clip, which I don't hear, it's kind of masked by that. All right, let's try a massive bass. I have a couple that double up now. I don't know what that's about. Oh, I like that. Okay. Nah, that's not the one. Maybe this. Yeah, I like that. And we can see CPU usage even when we're playing these notes is way more normal. Prism is just a really high CPU usage plugin for whatever reason. All right. All right. 50% quantize, turn off the metronome, turn down the bass. Play with the filter here a bit. And we can actually record automation here. That white dot's telling us that automation has been recorded. Let's find some drums. Let's use a drum group. Could be interesting. Mixer. Go to pad mode, we can see the names of all these. Yeah, like that. No, not that second one. So we can go to select, hit that one, and clear. One nice thing about having mixer down here, and you can do this up here too, but I like being able to have all this data at once. Yeah, that'll work. I don't love that kick. Yeah, that's good enough for this track. Let's get another drum kit going. Something like that. Go back to the mixer. Yeah, like that. I missed a couple kicks there. There we go. Those last two. Select, clear. Yeah, that's cool. It's got a cool vibe. All right. Let's see what kind of sounds we have. Some basses here, toms. Some of these really have like a ton of other sounds. Oh yeah, I had bass filters still. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Acoustic guitar. Nah, I don't like that. Find something else. Yeah, let's go back to instruments. See if we can get something else from... Actually, we could try the polysynth. To get to the polysynth, you're on the sounds page and you go to machine, which one you have a lot of expansions, which I have because I have the ultimate complete. Let's go to just polysynth. Orchestrate. Yeah, there's something to that. Let's just improvise. I like that. And we can mess with the filter maybe. Let's automate. That's cool. Maybe get like a FM8 lead. See what an FM8 guitar sounds like. Oh yeah, pro tip with FM8, for whatever reason on the Plus, on this output section here, which is the third page, it tends to default to like 0 on the volume. So you can adjust that here. There's also stereo width and some other stuff. I actually like the default config of how this sounds though, so we'll just take it back to 0. Okay. That was easy. Gosh, I like that too. It's a little offbeat, but I think it sounds all right. I think we need one more sound. I want something like vocal. Yeah, there's something to that. Yeah, I actually really like how this came out. So if we wanted to build out a really quick kind of track out of this single loop, we could go to scene and duplicate it a few times. This would be our final version with everything playing. And then we can go into each one and let's say For the first scene, we don't want that pattern. I'll just create a new blank pattern here. Same for this, and same for this. So now scene 1 sounds like this. All right, now scene 2 still has everything playing. So let's go back to patterns. We'll do the same thing, but we'll give it a few more, other patterns of these 2 instruments here. The orchestra string from the polysynth and this additional drum track. So now we could play basically a full little tiny track. And I've just muted the drums here. Yeah, so hopefully that was informative. I really do just love this setup. Having these 2 devices together, it's a lot of power, and it really, with all the updates, with all the stability updates, I really have found the Maschine Plus to be a really awesome device, all through 2022 and now into 2023. Like I did at the beginning, I did resample that really heavy prism into audio, and I did that just to make sure I had CPU headroom. It's totally possible if I hadn't done that, we would have been okay. But when you're just going to have a repeating pattern or a repeating, element, it's okay to just sample that back down. And I think, old school sampler folks understand that that's always been the workflow. Newer people like me, I think initially were like, why can't it do everything a super desktop can do? And, even though it is expensive and it would be cool if it could use more of the, Native Instruments plugins and had a little bit more CPU and RAM headroom, where it's at now with the stability updates on update, like I said, we're on 1.4.5.2 and firmware 0.1.6. Being at this place now, it really feels like a rock solid setup. Could it do more? Sure, but every device is a balance between price, performance, capability, all that jazz, and they're continuing to improve it. Some things I would love to see are kind of redoing of the GUI for some of this stuff. So like, it would be cool if this layout felt more designed for the screens, right? And you can see these same screens if you go to plugin here. I'm just showing different ones to show the utility of 2 screen sets, but yeah, you have the same access here. It would be cool if this was designed more for sound design. If it was designed for, creating full presets from scratch in Massive, in, Polysynth you can, but in FM8, FM8 Massive, and I think Monarch you actually can design from scratch as well. But one of the things I like about the MPCs is the ability to do full sound design with all the plugins on the device without a computer. I would love to see that here. And I would also really like to see a vocal suite, which I've let Mick Benjamins and the Native Instruments team know. Thank you again to Native Instruments for sending this keyboard over. And thank you for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, checking out my music on Spotify and all that good stuff. Thank you to my Patreon patrons, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.